Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Han Solo. I'm Captain Millennium Falcon. Up in the sky, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Hasta la vista, baby. Say hello to my little son. Here's Johnny.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to the that's the wrong one. There we go. And welcome back to the 19th installment of Snack and Chat. Hope all of you are having a wonderful Saturday in this quarantine madness. Now, I know I usually do these things on Fridays, but I wasn't able to do it on Friday, so I did it on Saturday. So I hope all of you are having a wonderful Saturday in this quarantine madness. And as always, before we get to the movie news, the title of this show is Snack and Chat. So I got to tell you guys what my snack of the day is today. And today, my snack of the day is some of these caramel M&Ms. As you can see, they're already opened. Some of these caramel M&Ms. Oh yeah, don't they look lovely? Now, I believe the first time I've had these, it was probably at an AMC theater. Now, I don't usually get candy at an AMC theater because, you know, they're pretty pricey. Now, I'm usually a criminal and sneak in food or candy and whatever. So like from the Dollar Tree or something into the movies. That's how we do it. But I think I bought these at an AMC once. I think that's the first time I tried them. And guess what? They are pretty darn delicious. I know they're new to the M&M family, but I think they might be my favorite M&M. I mean, I love me some caramel. I love me some M&Ms. Put them together, and I'll probably love them too. And I definitely do. Now, I'd say my favorite M&M is probably red, since, you know, red's my favorite color. So there you go. Nice box there. Now, something I didn't know until fairly recently is that J.K. Simmons, wonderful actor, Academy Award winner. Oh, my goodness. The thing about eating stuff with caramel is that it's like tough to chew them, for one, and on top of that, you have to talk. Just difficult, as you're probably watching right now. But there you go. But something that I didn't know is that Academy Award winning actor J.K. Simmons actually voices the yellow M&M, and I didn't realize that until fairly recently. And I was like, huh, yeah, that makes sense. I could see that. Anyways, let's hop into the movie news. And as you can see, we got a packed show today. And our first topic of the day is Netflix's upcoming Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson action thriller film, Red Notice. It was just recently reported that longtime big action star Tom Cruise is going to appear in the upcoming Netflix Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson film, Red Notice, which is also set to star Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, who are also a pretty big famous actor and who's also a big famous actor and actress in there. So, and with that, it was also reported that if Tom Cruise is to appear in this movie, because he is still in talks to appear in this movie, it would only be like a little cameo to kind of set up future films. Now, I mean, first of all, I'd love to see an awesome Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Tom Cruise led action film. I think that would be just absolutely glorious for the masses to see, and I'm sure you'd also agree too as well. But if he is to appear in this movie, because again, Cruise hasn't even signed a deal or a contract to even appear in Red Notice, but if he is to appear in this movie, it would be a very smart move, especially because I was just listening to the guys over there at Schmoes, and they were basically talking about if Red Notice is to, let's say the movie sucks, but you have that Tom Cruise cameo or however long he's going to appear in this movie to set up future movies with Tom Cruise and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the lead, you're still going to be excited to see the sequel to it. Because even if the movie sucks, because you're going to have Tom Cruise and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson both at the forefront of the movie. So that is a pretty smart move, but I'd be pretty hyped to see Tom Cruise show up in a movie like this, uh, with a cast like Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. But it would be pretty interesting to see Tom Cruise on TV rather than on the big screen. So he's on the little screen, but that'd be definitely something interesting to see if it is to happen, because again, he's yet to sign a deal. But if he is to appear, then I'd be pretty excited. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, and that is Margot Robbie. That's right, folks. Another very talented actress. She was just in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the ninth film from Quentin Tarantino. And it was just announced that Margot Robbie is going to star, and are ready for this, in an upcoming Pirates of the Caribbean project that has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the current reboot that Disney's working on of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. And it also has nothing to do with the other Pirates of the Caribbean films that have Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, at the forefront. So this is just going to be something totally on its own. It's going to be a standalone female-led Pirates film. And this is something else that's very interesting to hear, because if you were to ask me if you were to ask me what's the next project Margot Robbie is going to work on, I don't think I would have said a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Now, it's also being written by the writer who wrote Birds of Prey, which is a film that I enjoyed. I definitely had a good time with that movie. Now, but currently, I'm not a whole lot excited for either the Pirates reboot movie or this standalone female-led Pirates film. I'm just not that excited for them at the moment. But they are getting really good talent for these movies. I mean, you have the Chernobyl creator working on the Pirates reboot. You got the writer of Birds of Prey, which again is a film that I had a lot of fun with. You got Margot Robbie in there, who's a very talented actress, working on this female-led standalone Pirates film. So they're definitely getting good talent for these movies. But just right now, I'm not a whole lot of excited for these movies. But definitely tell me down in the comment section below, what do you think of Margot Robbie being in this female-led Pirates of the Caribbean movie? And I could picture her in a Pirates movie, to be honest with you. I could definitely picture her in one of these movies as well too. And again, she's a talented actress, so I'm sure she could do it. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, and that is movie delays. That's right, movie delays. We've sure have heard a lot about these movie delays lately with all the craziness that's been happening, and more craziness has occurred as it was just announced that the upcoming Christopher Nolan movie Tenet has now been delayed to August 12th. And with that, Bill and Ted 3, which was also set to release on August 12th, has now been delayed because of Tenet delaying. And that movie will now be releasing on August 28th. And Disney's upcoming live action remake Mulan will now be released on August 21st rather than July 24th. And it was supposed to be the first big movie to appear once theaters reopen up, since, the Tenet just also had that other delay a week ago, but now obviously it's been delayed again. So has Mulan and Bill and Ted 3. So this stinks, as I'm sure a lot of you people would agree, that of all this delaying stuff. And it makes sense with definitely with all the rising cases currently in the United States. And I feel like movie theaters might even delay their date to reopen back up, because there's no new movies coming out, unless they stick to the plan of kind of releasing older movies like an Inception or whatever, and kind of test out how many people are going to go to the movies, unless they still do that. But other than that, I don't know if they're going to stick to that opening date, unless again, if they test out and see how many people are going to go to the movies and release all these older movies. But it's not like these movies are being released next year. It's only a month later. We'll see if they'll even stick to August. but it's not a whole long time from when they were supposed to be released a couple days ago. So I mean, Bill and Ted 3 actually stayed in the same month with August, and then Tenet a month later, then Mulan a month later. So this does stink, but it's not a long time. It's not a long time, people. But will they stick to the release date? I mean, it just depends how this whole COVID thing is going to turn out within the coming weeks. So we'll just have to see what happens there. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, and that is Wonder Woman 3. That is right, folks. Wonder Woman 3. We haven't even seen Wonder Woman 1984 yet. But Patty Jenkins, director of Wonder Woman, as well as Wonder Woman 1984, which again we're yet to see. But Patty Jenkins was already starting to work on the third installment of Wonder Woman, and that has since come to a halt as Patty Jenkins came out and said this: I've really hit the pause button because the truth is where the plot line was coming from was our state of being 6 months ago. And so I want to make sure that I'm totally absorbing whatever the result of this pandemic is, end quote. Now this makes sense. This is what Patty Jenkins said definitely makes sense, because if Wonder Woman 3 is to take place in present time, which I hear it is, then it makes sense to kind of wait this whole thing out and kind of see where our society is by the end of this, because I mean, just right now, our society is totally different than where it was 6 months ago. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people could say that. And again, it makes sense that Patty Jenkins is going to wait it out until all of this is finished, kind of see where our society it is, make the movie relevant to today's society. And you even saw it in the first Wonder Woman movie, where that movie took place during the World War One. I believe it was World War One, during the time of World War One. And it was relevant to that society. And I'm sure that's what she's going to do with Wonder Woman 3, as she said in her quote here. So it makes sense that she's going to wait it out. And it's not like we're in much of a rush anyways. I mean, we haven't seen Wonder Woman 1884 yet, or 1984, excuse me. And I'm sure they'll probably do the same thing where their Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be relevant to the society in the 80s. So again, makes sense that she'll wait it out, kind of see where our society is by the end of this, because again, I bet you it's going to be in a totally different place than where it was at the beginning of the year, and probably even different than where we are today, because I mean, our society is totally different right now than it was 6 months ago. So it makes sense, kind of keeping it relevant to present time. So yeah, this definitely is a good move, I think, on Patty Jenkins' part. And once again, we're in no rush. We're in no rush here. We just want to see Wonder Woman 1984. So with that said, let's move on to the next and final topic, and that is Michael Keaton, the legend himself, Michael Keaton. And it was just recently reported that Michael Keaton is in early talks to reprise his role as the Caped Crusader, Batman, obviously. Batman, and the upcoming Flashpoint film, which is going to be directed by It and It Chapter 2 director Andy Muschietti. Now, this is pretty exciting because, well, who isn't excited for this? But again, he's in early talks, okay? Just putting that out there. Michael Keaton is in early talks. He's not confirmed to appear in Flashpoint. But again, if Michael Keaton is to appear in Flashpoint, I highly doubt he's going to be rocking the bat suit. I think he's going to appear as Bruce Wayne. But I'm still a little bit hesitant as far as on my excitement, because I mean, this movie has just gone through so much drama with all the different directors, all the different writers. I mean, at one point, Robert Zemeckis was even involved in this, which was insane. I mean, 5 years, this movie has just gone through a bunch of drama and directors and writers. It's just been absolutely insane with this movie. But I mean, I personally like Andy Muschietti. I thought he did a great job with the first. I liked the second one. It's definitely not as good as the first one, but I think he's a solid director. So I definitely think he could do a good job with this movie. But I mean, again, I'm still holding on my hesitant a little bit on my excitement because again, he's still in early talks to appear in Flashpoint. There's been a lot of drama with the behind the scenes stuff of Flashpoint. So I mean, let's just hope there's no switch of directors because if a new director comes in and he has a new vision, then there might be no Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. So we'll just a little bit hesitant on the excitement, and I think you should also be a little bit hesitant on your excitement because again of what I said. And I'm actually a little bit curious on what Warner Brothers is going to do with Bruce Wayne because I mean, and Batman because I mean, are they just gonna say, "Oh, Ben Affleck's Batman just totally disappeared," and then there's this new and pretend he never existed, and then you have Robert Pattinson as Batman coming in, and then if Michael Keaton is to appear, is he like his great grandfather or something? I mean, I've never read the Flashpoint comics, so I don't really know the storyline. So I'm interested to see how they're going to play that out. Like if they're going to say, "Oh, Ben Affleck's Batman never existed. Robert Pattinson is the new Batman," and there you go. Just live with it, folks. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. But trust me, if Michael Keaton is to show up in this movie, it would just be absolutely nerd chilling. I mean, just imagine Barry Allen's like ordering a hot dog at a hot dog stand, and then there's a hand coming in over his shoulder. He taps him on the shoulder, and then Barry Allen turns around and he's like, "Who are you?" And then the camera cuts to Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, and he's like, "Kid, I'm Bruce Wayne." And I mean, the theater would just go insane, as would I. But again, this is exciting news, but I'm a little bit hesitant because once again, Michael Keaton, he's in early talks yet. He's not confirmed to appear in Flashpoint just yet. And then there's been so much drama behind the scenes that I'm just worried that there'll be another switch of directors and all of a sudden there's a new vision, no Michael Keaton as Batman. So I got excited for no reason. So until the movie starts shooting, until Michael Keaton signs a deal to appear in this movie, then I'll be really excited to see him appear in this film. But it still would have been a whole lot better if this was kept quiet and then out of nowhere you see Michael Keaton in Flashpoint. I mean, then that I think that would be a whole lot better. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, we already got spoiled that Boba Fett's going to appear in Mandalorian season 2. So I don't know, but definitely leave me a comment down in the comment section below. What do you think of Michael Keaton appearing in Flashpoint? And are you excited for it? It's probably a stupid question because you probably are excited for it. But anyways, thank you for joining me on this installment of Snack and Chat. I hope all of you had a wonderful time as I also had a wonderful time hosting Snack and Chat once again on this 19th installment. And don't forget to like and subscribe because that is very important. And as always in every single video, look out for the next video or review. And peace.